everyone, I welcome you to today's video. So today in verbal ability, the topic that we will be seeing is ordering of sentences. Alright. So in verbal ability there are numerous topics, and in every topic we are coming across various concepts as to how we need to prepare for the particular topic and how we need to develop our knowledge and how we need to approach the topics and all that, right? So in today's video, what we will be seeing is about ordering of sentences, okay? So this is a topic that we will be seeing today, alright? So we very well know that verbal ability is very important for your various competitive examinations, your entrance tests or your interviews, right? So you need to be very strong and you need to be very confident when you're facing this section. So it is not, we will not say that it is very easy or it is very hard. It all depends upon how you're preparing for this, right? So please concentrate on your preparations. In different videos that we will be coming across in verbal ability, we will see how well we can prepare and how well we can approach the topic, right? So like I told you, ordering of sentences is one of the important topics in verbal ability. So why am I telling you that this is a very important topic is, you can expect this topic roughly around 80 to 90% of your various examinations. So there might be any one or two examinations where you cannot find this topic. But mostly, or this is one of the common topics that you can face under any verbal ability test, right? So what is the question, what is the weightage? Yes, so that is a second thought that comes to our mind. So what is the weightage? If you see roughly, around 5 to 6 questions can come from ordering of sentences in your verbal ability. Yeah. So this all deals with, your preparation only. So in this video, first we will see how to prepare, and then we will see what are the important concepts in grammar that you need to prepare for this ordering of sentences, and after that we will also be solving the target questions, that is the most repeated form of questions or the most repeated questions itself. Yes, so with that note, let's move on to our topic. So first, what is ordering of sentences, right? So sentence ordering is a term or a verbal question format that is used to arrange the given jumbled sentences in a logical order or extract a meaningful passage out of it. So what are they telling? You will have jumbled form of sentences, right? So you have to order it to give a proper meaningful sentence or a meaningful passage, right? So you need to be very clear or very sure. So ordering of sentences, or in case they give it as a paragraph, it becomes a paragraph formation as well. Yes. So it depends on what format they are asking. So it will be in the jumbled format. You need to apply the grammar rules, you need to apply the logical approach, and you have to form a meaningful sentence or a paragraph. So that is what sentence ordering is all about. Next, these sentences can be divided into 5 to 6 parts. Okay, so it could be 5 to 6 parts of division that the student arranges them in a manner to fulfill the need of a giving meaning to it as a whole. So that is what I told you, right? So you have to provide the meaning as a whole, right? So that is what sentence ordering is all about. Okay, so now we got to know what is sentence ordering. So why such a topic is being asked in verbal ability. So we need to know about that as well. Yes. So they want to test your reasoning skills, they want to test your vocabulary, they want to test your communication skills, and they want to test your writing quality. Okay. So all these parameters are judged upon this topic, sentence ordering. Okay. So that is the reason why we are facing such topics in verbal ability, alright. So now, before we could start off with this topic, there are certain things that we need to know. First, we need to know about the sentence, right? So in that, we have to know about the sentence based on purpose, okay. So sentences can be in two forms, based on purpose, and next is based on the structure. But for your sentence ordering, we are going to see about the sentences based on purpose. So this is the most important category that we need to cover, and you will see that understanding this variant, okay, will help you solve your jumbled sentences or paragraphs in a more easy manner, okay. So under this, our first type is statement or declarative sentences. So what are statement or declarative sentences? Any sentence that is used to make statements, okay. So those are called statement or declarative sentences, and they end with periods. So periods is nothing but full stop, right? So for that, I have given you an example here. We own a cat. Yes, it's a simple sentence. It just gives you a statement, right? So next, that is my favorite movie. So these kind of sentences come under your statement or declarative sentences. So now once we are done with this type, you can take a moment, okay, you can take 5 to 10 minutes to recreate lot of sentences in your mind, and you can write it in a paper, okay. So you can observe what is there around you, and you can start forming simple sentences. There is a chair, there is a table, I am listening to an English class, I am preparing for the UPSC examination, I am preparing for the board exams, I want to become a teacher, my passion is drawing. So simple sentences, you can start introspecting yourselves, and you can start observing what is around you, and sometimes you want to tell something to someone. So all these things you can start thinking in yourself, and you can start framing sentences, and all those sentences will come under your statement or declarative sentence type. So you can start jotting it down, right? So now once we are done with this, let's move on to the second type. So what is your second type? Questions or interrogative sentences. So interrogation. Interrogation means to be questioned or to pose a question, okay. So those are called as interrogative or question based sentences. So how those questions are there? So how can you identify them? So sentences that are used to ask questions, okay, and they end with question marks. Where is the cat? What is your favorite movie? Are you listening to an English class? Are you reading? Are you writing? Are you going for a movie? Are you listening? Are you playing? Yes. Are you interested in this class? So any kind of statements, any kind of statements that raises a question, those become interrogative sentences, okay? Yes. Now let's move on to the next type. What is it? Exclamations or exclamatory sentences. Sentences that are used to make statements with emotion, okay. So any emotion when it is related to your sentences, okay, that becomes your exclamatory sentences, okay. And how do we understand that? Those sentences end with an exclamation mark. Can you see? They end with an exclamation mark, and you have to be very clear that those sentences will convey an emotion, right? For example, alas, I can't find the cat. So alas is an emotion which shows grief, sadness, okay? Alas, I lost the match. Alas, I failed in the examination. Oops, I made an error. Yes? So you see, you have oops, I made an error, okay? Hurrah, I have won the match. Yes? So it shows excitement. What emotion is there? Excitement. Oops, okay? So this is an emotion that shows that you've messed up something there. I love this movie. See, I love this movie. When you consider this, this is also a simple declarative sentence. So I love this movie. Can you see? I love this movie is a simple declarative sentence. But when is it a declarative sentence? When there is no emotion involved. You're just saying that you love this movie. But when you say, I love this movie, so that becomes an emotion, right? So there is an emotion related to this sentence. So how will you end this sentence? You will end this sentence with an exclamation mark. And that is how this sentence becomes an exclamatory sentence. So next sentence, what big ears you have. So when you look at the word what, you might be, okay, you might be misleaded thinking that it is an interrogative sentence. No, okay. So just check if that particular question is ending with a question mark. No, yes, because you can also show a source of excitement towards something. For example, this sentence has a lot of emotion connected to it. So let me say, what big ears you have, okay. So you're like so surprised about something, right? So that is how the emotion is connected in this particular sentence, and hence it ends with an exclamation mark and it becomes an exclamatory sentence, right? So our next type is the commands or imperative sentences. So what is a command or imperative sentences? Sentences that are used to give commands or make requests. So any sentences that are connected in giving a command or making a request is called as the commands or imperative sentences, okay? So for example, we have two sentences here. Feed the cat. So it could be an instruction, or you can say feed the cat, okay? It is like an order, yes? So both those sentences becomes your imperative or command sentences. Next, play the movie, okay? So you're giving an instruction or it is a command, yes? Prepare for your exams, okay? Go close the door. Come sit in the class. Listen to me, okay? So are you listening to me becomes an interrogative sentence, but when I say listen to me, it becomes a command or imperative sentences, okay? So now we have understood the different types of sentences that are based on purpose. So I told you very clearly as to why this is important, right? Because when your sentences are jumbled, you need to get a context flow. You need to understand how you have to fit in those pieces. For that, you need to understand what kind of sentences, they have actually given us. So for that understanding, we saw the different types of sentences on purpose, right? So with that note, let's move on to the points to remember. So when you're preparing for this examination in your verbal ability, there are certain points that you need to remember, especially when you're approaching the ordering of sentences or paragraph formation topic, right? So first thing is to read all the sentences, okay? So you have to read, yes, if it's a paragraph formation, you have to read all the sentences. In case it is a sentence type, there you have to understand the meaning of all the words and see how it is going to form you the proper context, yes. Next, understand the theme. So what is the particular passage or the sentence trying to convey? That is very, very important, correct? So we need to know how or what is the passage trying to say, the author's perception. That is very important. So let us understand the theme. Third, find the link between the sentences or the words, okay? So you need to know what is the flow, where you have to connect, how you can use the connecting words. So that gives you an idea of how you can form the passage or the sentence. Next, sentence transition is important, okay? So when you're connecting the words, if your first half of the sentence is positive and the second half of the sentence is positive or negative, you have to see how is the flow. You cannot abruptly change the flow of the sentence or the context of the sentence, alright? Next, identify grammar clues. In every sentence or paragraph, there might be certain clues, especially with grammar. Okay, for example, a preposition can help you, a conjunction can help you, a noun, a pronoun. That is, your different parts of speech can help you identify how to build those sentences, right? So that is what we are speaking in this particular point. Okay, next, look out for some connecting words. So connecting words and link, they are almost the same. So these will help you as to how you need to join the sentences or the paragraph, right? So these are something that you need to keep in mind very, very clearly before we could start preparing for this particular topic. Yes? With that note, let's see the tips and tricks. Okay, so what are your tips and tricks when it comes to your sentence ordering, okay, or your paragraph formation? So first thing is spotting the opening sentence. Alright. So when your sentences are jumbled, you have to identify which can be your opening sentence. Yes. So you will know that the entire passage is actually traveling in one particular theme. So when you're identifying the theme, you will be able to spot the opening sentences. So your first core approach is to find the spotting. I repeat. So your core approach is to spot the opening sentence. Okay, so that is what they've told. To arrange the jumbled sentences, the need is to identify the opening sentence. Go step by step, beginning with reading all the sentences, finding the main theme, and then looking for the opening sentence. Okay. Next, identifying the closing sentence. So next you have to find out your closing sentence. Okay, so what is the closing sentence? So there are a lot of keywords which help us giving you a closure. So as we proceed in this topic, I will tell you like what are those keywords which help you identify the closing sentence. Okay, so your next step is to identify the closing sentence of the passage. So this will help you. So how it will help you is when you understand the opening and closing, the remaining work becomes very, very easy. So that's why we cut down to the first 2 points of approaching the opening and closing sentences. So the next point is to spot the transition words or the linking words. Okay. So this is very, very important when we are going through the sentences, as in when a paragraph is given. Okay. So we need to look out for the transition words, the words which gives you the connect between one sentence to the other. Okay. So this is our third tip. Okay. So when we are looking at our questions or when we are looking at the preparation strategy, let's see how those transition words will help you identify. Alright. Next, identifying the pronoun antecedents. Okay. So pronoun, in that we have three types. Okay. Your relative pronoun, your demonstrative pronoun, and your personal pronoun. Okay. So personal pronoun, what is it? So when you are indicating something about you. Okay, so I, he, she, they, we. Yes, so all these becomes your personal pronoun. Your demonstrative pronoun. So what is a demonstrative pronoun? So they, for example, this, that, these, those. So it helps you demonstrate something, right? So that is your demonstrative pronoun. Next is your relative pronoun. So what is your relative pronoun? So who, whom, whose, which. So these words, it brings you a relation by questioning or to whom it is related. So that is your relative pronoun. So these words will also help you in identifying your sentence form, your sentence structure, and how you can connect them, right? So that is all about, your introduction towards this particular topic. And like how we have to prepare and what are the points that you need to remember and what are the tips and tricks when you have to keep in mind towards this particular topic preparation, right? And also we saw the 4 different types of sentences that are based on purpose, right? So hope you are so far clear with whatever we have dealt or whichever we have discussed. So with that, we will conclude this video, and in the next video will be a continuation of the same topic where we will be seeing in depth about the transitional words and few other concepts that are required towards the topic preparation. Alright. So thank you so much. Let's continue in the next video.